What's up, guys, and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So, how many of these open guys are going to France next week to fight for the Olympia qualification? Well, Martin has called it a day. He will head back to Texas to start the off season and eventually get back on stage sometime next year. So, he is out of the question. Interestingly, both James and Martin had same points at Arnold UK finals.
Had a lot of fun. This was a great experience. I'm packing my bags, headed back to Texas, back to Metroflex, and back to work.
Speaking of James Hollingshead, we saw the best of him last night, and as bodybuilding fans, we would all want him to compete in France and get that Olympia qualification. He has all the goods, and I do believe he can still bring a better package. Now, even with the physique that he brought last night, a lot of the bodybuilding world disagreed with his placing at Arnold UK.
The scene is lit right now, and thank you so much. Catch you in a bit.
Patrick Johnson turned out to be the most overlooked guy leading into the show. Nobody had him fight for the potential top spot here in UK, but he delivered. We can potentially see him next weekend compete again, and I do hope that he does because he is an exciting talent. Marc Hector is another guy looking to redeem himself in the coming weeks. I am just not sure he is at a point where he can beat a perfectly peaked James. His quads still need to come up. According to his team, he was almost 27 pounds heavier from his last showing in 2020. But if we compare his two showings, his waist also seemed to have grown. He wasn't as comfortable hitting the front double and front lat spread with all the new muscle added. Or should I say, it didn't look as pleasing to the eyes as it did in 2020. It could also have been a peaking problem. He was clearly lacking some detail, especially the back didn't stand a chance against the likes of Martin or James. Hoping that most of these guys show up in France and we can have another good bodybuilding weekend. The fans would really like to see some proper physique updates from the mutant Nick Walker at 12 weeks out. Those arms are the best out there in the current era of bodybuilding, and apparently Nick wants to grow them a bit more. The expectations Nick has set for himself are far too high this year. He didn't compete the entire year for the first time since turning pro. And just take a second to analyze how Nick progressed from New York Pro to Arnold Classic in a short phase of time. So how much Nick's physique will change in 1 year? Well, we can only imagine. I just hope his waist stays the same as last year, because that is the area where Nick has zero margin for error. The upcoming NPC debut of Michal Krizo has to be one of the most exciting things coming up in the bodybuilding world. Fans have waited far too long for him to arrive in the IFBB Pro League and stand next to some real competition. Fortunately, that time is very near. Jay Cutler said Michal is a legit freak and he is gonna turn some heads when he arrives on pro stage. Milos went on to say that videos or pictures do not even do Michal any justice. I mean, these are the legends of the sport who admitted Michal's potential. So, just less than 2 weeks out now from getting his IFBB Pro card. Let's hope some real competition shows up at Prague next month. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you want to come back for more. Thanks for watching.